interfering. I thought I needed to remove these. Honestly, I didn't have to remove any of this wiring. I unplugged it for no reason. So, learn from my mistake. Like I said, this is new to me. Welcome. They call me Big Herc, and on this channel you will see basic motorcycle install videos, wind therapy, vlogging, just our motorcycle life, enjoying each other's company and meeting new people and going to new places. My adventurous side exploring life with my not so adventurous wife, but we enjoy doing things together and it's a match made in heaven. Alright, what's up everybody? As you can see, we back. I'm gonna start trying to work on the bike again today. I actually was off today, so I'm gonna see what I can get done. I might be going about this the wrong way, but the way I'm gonna do it now is I'm gonna get my saddlebags off, do all that disconnecting of it, and unhook my fuses, which is behind this plate, for my amps. That way I don't have to worry about trying to take the seat off and all that. I still might take the seat off and get the ground. We'll see. But I'm definitely gonna unplug the fuses out of there. All right, we're gonna move back up to the front. I'm gonna get my, I forgot what this is called. Oh, 309 little rain shroud off and just start disconnecting. There's a T27. It's gonna actually take this off and the rain shroud. Of course, like I always do, I got my magnetic tray sitting there on the side. Like I said, it's been a long time, so I'm gonna take these side markers off next, and they are a 1/2 inch. Yeah, take it off, like I said, 2 1/2 inch acorn nuts. They'll pull it off. Just unplug your wire. It's actually a hole over here for you all that haven't ever took it out, but you see the wire right there, the connector. Do this on both sides. Now we got to remove this. I think it's called some kind of spoiler. I really don't know what it's called. We got to remove that plate at the bottom, and it is a 9/16. So we're gonna take it off, and then I can start disconnecting all these wires and getting them out of the way. Now the one thing I just did over there, and I'm probably gonna do it over here, I go ahead and I remove that mirror just because that furnace broke and I didn't want to take a chance of damaging any more on the bike. They actually are held on with the same, I think it was 9/16. Let me double, yep, 9/16. Same bolt that I took out of here as far as the sides goes up here also. So I'm gonna take them out of the way. I gotta get my windshield trim, my Custom Dynamics windshield trim. I gotta unplug it, get it out of the way. So there's gonna be a lot of just unplugging wires and connections. This side of the windshield trim, that was a little tedious getting that one out. And that's out of the way. Now I'm gonna figure out where I need to go next. After looking at it, what I think I'm gonna do, what I'm gonna do is definitely go and unhook the battery just for my own satisfaction, own peace of mind. But the one thing I do want to talk about too is, if you're gonna be working on your bike, make sure you get you a fender protector. I usually wrap it up with a towel or something, but I went on and ordered that found it on eBay, actually. So make sure you got that. That way you don't have to worry about anything. Have to worry about stuff dropping on it, any of that stuff. Like I said, this is my first time. I've took the fern off many times, outer fern. This is the first time of me taking the inner fern off. So we gonna learn together. This is how my setup looks under my seat. Gonna go ahead and take these bolts out back here. take this out of the way, move that out of the way, and get to my battery, and I'm gonna disconnect that ground. Here's my light I got from my going back to my tour pack. Now, where I've decided to go now, I went on and unplugged my USB power. I think that's what that is. Yeah, the USB cord and power. I went on and unplugged it. I'm going to start unplugging all of the speedometer, tach, all that stuff up here. Well, probably gonna have to move them mounts. But I'm going to unplug what I can unplug. All these tabs, I call them Christmas trees, but all the tabs that are in there. And I'm actually going to use my little tool kit that I bought off of Amazon. See if it works. So yeah, I'm just going to start down here at the bottom and work my way up. That's my speaker wire. I'm going to unplug it. See if that gives me the room I need to get back there. Yep. So what I did, if I took out, what is that right? When my battery plug, or this one, to read the volts on the battery, I was able to get that Christmas tree out. Probably gonna be the same way on this side. I got a lot of it unhooked. As you can see, it's already starting to hang. This is all from the my instrument cluster, basically. Once you get the speedometer tach pulled out, I went and got my other little tool. You can just go in there and pull them Christmas trees out. Got this. Now I'm going to start unhooking the speaker pods. Like I said, there might be a better way of going about it, but it's my first time. So I'm doing it the way that it looks right to me. As you can see, harness is gone. I'm going to go ahead and do this speaker pod first. It's the one that's all busted up. That is a T Torx. Let me pull it around here. Pretty sure 25. Yep, Torx 25. Go remove them two. You got one here. Got 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, should be it. And that should come off. And then of course remove the speaker and all that stuff. So yeah, let's get that out of the way and you can see where we need to go from there. Now I about missed it. Well, I couldn't miss it because it wasn't gonna come off. But inside this hole right here, where I got my hand going, there's another bolt, another screw. Got to take that out also. So don't skip that one. So I had 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's the other one? Oh, 5. One right here. Let me move that out of the way. There was one right there also. So that is all I see so far. And then for me, also, I use my phone a lot taking pictures so I can remember where the screw goes back. It works for me, might not work for everybody, but that way, because they are different size screws. But I forgot, well, I did forget. But inside where my finger is, this interference, or basically up there between your, right here in between the interference and that fork, your fork leg, there is I think it's a 7/16 bolt. That is actually what holds that pod in place. Also, probably should have kept another screw in place so this thing wouldn't just fall. Tell you what. What I'm gonna do with those speakers and amp, I'm gonna mark what goes where. I'm gonna actually mark it with some electrical tape, different colors. See what I got here. I'll use this green and black or green and white. So the one that goes here, I'm gonna label it take a picture, and then I do the other one. Then that way I can take the pod off and not have to worry about the speaker wires. As I said, I've labeled it with green tape, already took my picture, and that was pretty sure on my amp, 2mm Allen head bolt. I'm gonna pull them out, or to feed them through. That way, now, there is nothing hooked to this speaker pod. So I should be able to get it off no problem and not have to worry about it falling or anything. Voila, it's out. So, I do have a new speaker pod. I think it's actually in the house. So I'm gonna set this to the side and keep moving. This one I'm gonna label with another piece of tape, just so I know exactly which speaker this plugged into the amp. Okay, it was exactly what I thought it was after looking at it again. All I had to do was really remove 3. The side bolt and the 2 up top, and the pod came off. I labeled my speaker wire with white tape so I know which one goes back to this side. I can really tell by looking at the harness because it can only go one way. Now I'm going to try to get this pod out of the way and hoping I can just rotate it and pick it straight, like rotate the amp rack and sit it down here. If the wires is long enough, I might have to cut these zip ties, but rotate it down here. That way it's out of the way. Now let me show you, I do got my magnetic tray still, but the one thing I didn't realize how many screws I was gonna have. So instead of throwing them all in the tray, all the one that went to the speaker pod is in here. So I got different Ziploc baggies. Then I put those screws in. That way I know exactly where they go back. It would be bad to sit there and have all those screws and then trying to figure out exactly what location they went in. I labeled my speaker wire with white tape so I know which one goes back to this side. I can really tell by looking at the harness because it can only go one way. Now I'm going to try to get this pod out of the way and hoping I can just rotate it and pick it straight, like rotate the amp rack and sit it down here. If the wires is long enough, I might have to cut these zip ties, but rotate it down here. That way it's out of the way. Okay, let me show you what I had to do. Like I said, I keep a lot of electrical tape, different colors, but I'm gonna actually definitely unhook the RCAs from the amp because I got bolts or screws under the amp. So I had to remove them. So just go ahead and make sure I know where everything's gonna go back as far as the stereo to get this amp tray out of the way. And I'm gonna take a picture just so I remember where everything goes back. But you had one screw here, one here. I've already removed one here. And then it looks like it might be 3 or 4 on top. I'll find out once I get the amps out of the way. As you can see, I got that amp tray out of the way. I'm going to now go ahead and unhook the stereo or the GPS. I got to press that tab in. But I can go ahead and unplug these. That's my USB. I'm about to get me a little screwdriver to press down on that. Pretty sure that's how you press. Yeah, oh, the whole black piece. Go ahead and get my AM FM radio. There's a clip on the bottom of it. And the GPS antenna. There's a clip on the bottom of it. Pull them out of the way. This big plug, there's a clip right there, or a button you gotta press in, and that'll roll out of the way. You have some Allen heads right there. They are 3/16 heads, and that'll come out of the way. Do I gotta remove that? I don't really know, but it feels like I need to. So I'm going to. But also, like I said, that is why I bought this tank protector or that fender protector. Get this last screw out. I believe this will come out. Yep. Now I'll figure out what's next and let y'all know. I went on to remove the little glove box. Don't know if I had to at this moment, probably not, but I went on to done it. It is actually a T20, Torx Head 20 that holds it in. And it's right there. So, the way it would look is it slid in and the screw is down here. I removed that, it slid right out. Yeah, we're gonna see, but I believe once I remove these two, might be it. Maybe. Gotta cut the zip ties that are holding things together. Gotta unplug this. Gotta unplug that one. I know for sure. There's one. Looks like there's one over here. Let me go ahead and cut that zip tie first. So I end up unplugging this one, and this one. That one went there. This one went here. This screw right here, hope y'all can see it. I'm gonna take it all the way out. I think they call them an acorn nut. No, it ain't an acorn nut. I really don't know what this is called. But this is the one that goes through the bottom of your inner fairing. I thought I needed to remove these. Honestly, I didn't have to remove any of this wiring. I unplugged it for no reason. So, learn from my mistake. Like I said, this is new to me. But once you take that screw out, this bolt, this fairing will lift completely off. So now I'm gonna take me a quick break. Put that just back there so I don't lose it. I got the other one over there. But anyway, I'm gonna take me a quick break. Might clean some of this stuff up since I'm right here and it's open. And we'll go from there. On this channel, I really want to show people that you can do this stuff yourself. I've been working on that. This is my first time. I want to say maybe hour-ish, a little over an hour. Would have been a lot quicker, of course, if I knew what needed to be unplugged, this and that. Of course, it would have went faster. If I didn't have the stereo, it would have went quicker. I had to get the wires out of the way for that. But man, this was actually straightforward. You just get in there, take your time, and step by step. Thing about it is, you might unscrew some stuff you didn't need to. That's why I'm trying to make this video so people can follow along and won't make the same mistakes I did. But yeah, I'm gonna take a quick break and then get back and at least get the inner fairing put back on. My new inner fairing put back on.